Hey guys, what's happening? You guys remember when I did a video just recently and I told you that you should look out for when deportees return home, that they're going to mix them and send different deportees to your islands, to your country from different nationalities because there's a plan to destabilize. When I told you that, a lot of people said, "Oh, I'm just making up fables." Well, here it is today. Guyana put on Donald Trump's list to accept African and Asian deportees. You see, when I come here and I say to you, I did my research, I have my links, and I get information, a lot of people think it's a joke. It's not a joke. I told you there's a plan to destabilize. And the only how you can really destabilize is to get people of different ethnic backgrounds to come in your country to live. Because there's mixed culture now and there's difference of opinion, vast difference of opinions, which cannot be solved easily. And this is what is going to happen. So President Ali says there is nothing specific at this moment. Well, he has to say that. And Guyana has no choice but to accept migrants when they come from whether the Africa, Asian migrants coming out of the US. They have no choice but to accept them. It's either that or they get no protection from the US when it comes to Venezuela. That is all that is going to be happening here. It's a quid pro quo. You do for me, I do for you. So Kaicho News in Guyana says Guyana is being considered a destination for Donald Trump administration to send deportees from Asia and Africa. United States officials have reportedly told CBS News, an American media entity. So, you guys, when I tell you that this is happening or that is happening, and I say to you, I know what they're trying to do. People say, "Oh well, you always," and that. Well, here it is. According to the CBS News report published on February 13, the U.S. has long had difficulty deporting migrants from Africa and Asia due to the long distances involved in deportations to the Eastern Hemisphere, a decision by governments in those continents to limit or reject American deportation flights. The Trump administration is now moving to convince countries to accept migrants who are difficult to deport, even though they are not citizens of their nation, the CBS News reported. Well, guys, I'm sorry to say, but I have been telling you all along about this. It is here. President Ali was questioned about the White House plans on the sidelines of an event on Friday. He initially told reporters that while Guyana had discussions with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Donald Trump migration policy to deport all undocumented immigrants from the U.S., nothing specific about accepting them in the country was discussed. That's what he says. There is nothing about accepting deportees. There are some specific issues on which I will not go into details here in terms of the movement, which includes flights and movement of people, but there's nothing specific. All he's telling you that they discussed that basically. They discussed the issue of deportees from different nations. When he telling you about movement and flights and movement of people, that's fine. So he can't come and say it now. He just has to do what the Americans tell him to do. There is nothing specific at the moment. That's what he keeps saying. You don't worry about that, okay? They have no choice in the matter. It's either you do this or there's no protection, and you know what I'm talking about. And then we move on to Panama. You see that? Yes, that's right. I told you guys about this, but you didn't believe. Here is Panama. It says Panama has received the first U.S. flight carrying deportees from other nations as the Trump administration takes Panama up on its offer to act as a stopover for expelled migrants, the Central American nation president said Thursday. So, remember I said to you that they're going to say that they're just coming to move, but that's where they're actually going to live. Yesterday, a flight from the United States Air Force arrived with 190 people from diverse nationalities of the world. President Jose Manuela said Thursday in his weekly press briefing, he said there were some migrants from China, Uzbekistan, Pakistan, Afghanistan, among others. You hear where they're coming from? Pakistan, Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, China. Yeah. Well, can't say I told you so. I don't want to wreak havoc on that one, but I did say that to you guys. And we're talking about 360 people in total for the planned flights for now. But I knew what I was saying. I knew where I was getting the information from. I knew exactly what was going to take place. Guys, listen to me. This is part of the destabilization program, and I told you all about this. I'm going to leave links at the end of this video with what I talked about before. You can go back and listen to it to see what I was talking about. But I know exactly what I was talking about. That is why I said to you guys, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. This is where our Caribbean community discuss all of the matters that are important to us. All right.